kind of checking the lighting here. Yeah, I actually look better than this. Yeah, actually, because I really wish there was like a better lighting system off of this laptop I'm recording. I'm back. So yeah, you kind of saw that over the years, over for like the last month, I've been trying to do random things. For example, just like recording videos of me going out, and October is usually the time I go out. Who knows? One day I'll probably go out during the middle of the year, but I don't want to get COVID that easily. So, if you can see by the thumbnail, this is gonna be long. I'm gonna try to do this as quick as possible. I have an extended haul here. Actually, I mean this is not. This is a lot, but compared to last year, I had 45. If you check out the Instagram posts of some of the stuff I post, I get the biggest haul ever. You'd go insane. I also got 2 books to kind of add it in on that. But before we start this video, I guess I should try and do this thing where it's like I'll just talk about something very short. So recently, I saw a pretty cool series called "Only Murders in the Building," and in the series, um, 3 strangers who live in the same hotel on the Upper West Side in New York, and are obsessed with true crime podcasts, decided to start their own true crime podcast when one of the residents in the building is supposedly murdered. And it was a really great series. Just to cap it off, I don't want to give it away. It's essentially the whodunit type of thing, and if you've seen whodunits, you know what and it's got like all the twists and turns, and it was amazing. I did not expect to enjoy the series as much as I did. I mean, I love Steve Martin, so it was a really good joy to see him in this. I haven't seen Steve Martin in a while, aside from that like Father the Bride short film that they made last year. But it was really great to see him in, and he's really great in this in this series. And so is Martin Short. I love seeing Steve Martin and Martin Short work together. Of course, because they worked on lots of movies, most notably both Father the Bride films and the short film, and yeah, Three Amigos. But the one really impressive part of the show was Selena Gomez. She really impressed me in this show, and this is like the trio that was not supposed to work. Is these old experienced actors with this younger one experienced actor with this younger actors, like it should not have worked, but yet it did, and I could not see anyone else in the role that Selena Gomez plays. Her character is Mabel. Other than her, she really works off well with Steve Martin and Martin Short. So I'd say check it out. It's on Hulu in the U.S., but if you live internationally, you might have Disney Plus with the Star Plus thing. So I think that's the equivalent of Hulu there. And because I don't like to do long stuff, I just say check it out. Let me pause for a second before we start to the actual video. As usual, that was my mom asking. She just wants to know if I'm not going insane. Anyway, time for the hauls. Oh boy. So some of the stuff for record I did buy on. Most of this is stuff on clearance because everything is expensive these days. But some of these I did end up winning. This is one of the things I ended up winning. So, I can't name names, but I did win a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. This is the Getaway Book 12. I'm a huge Diary of a Wimpy Kid fan. I haven't really read a lot of the recent ones. I remember reading a lot of the earlier ones. So I remembered, I think I read from 1 to 9, and then over the while, I just kind of stopped, and I can't remember. Is this the one where... No, this isn't the one where it was like, mostly... Yeah, but Diary of a Wimpy Kid, regardless, it's that book series that just weirdly does not end. Although I did hear that the book 15, the deep end was awful. But I have not heard any reviews on the newest one. I knew the newest one just came out, and one of my friend told me that Jeff Kinney will just keep making these books like until he's no longer around, which is kind of weird. But I do love the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I did enjoy those 3 movies, even though there are parts where I look back and I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't have aged well. I never saw the 4th movie that they made, which we should never acknowledge. And I'm cautiously curious about the new animated movie they're doing on Disney Plus. I know what they're trying to go for it. They're trying to go for more of a animated style, make it look more like the book. I don't know. I'll have to see. Alright, now I think to the movies, these are all in alphabetical order. depending on who you ask. I actually get a lot of stuff and stuff I just left around last year, but this is just the stuff I just got recently. Is it the stuff I got recently? Yeah, it was. Most of these are in alphabetical order. Why? Because I have no time to do the stuff, so I'm just doing this mixed very quickly. So for used, and interesting thing is most of these 4Ks in the last year, lots of people have been getting recently into the 4K gig, and I guess I could say I have gotten into that recently because it's like the thing where it's like, oh well, I guess it's nice to upgrade to a format, and I have seen certain movies on 4K streaming, not physical, and I can notice some of the difference, like some of the colors feel more natural and all that jazz. But yeah, there are times where I actually buy most 4K movies now. Sometimes I'll buy a new one, but I will just get them at FYE or at Suncoast if they're used because they're cheap and sometimes they're better priced. And so 4K has been recently big. You go on eBay or stuff. The pandemic's been like that thing where everyone's just been collecting. I don't have much money, but let's see. You got here Captain Marvel, which, yeah, not one of my favorite MCU movies, but I enjoyed it just fine. I remember seeing it in theaters. The interesting thing about these things is I can't tell you, but they do actually come sometimes with digital codes. If you buy a movie at FY or Suncoast and it's a 4K used, sometimes they come with the codes, sometimes they don't. So yeah, and that's always a weird thing. So yeah, that was Captain Marvel. Then the Avengers, the first one in 3D. I like that kind of changeable slip there. It's actually weird. This was everywhere when it came out, and then I think after a while they stopped selling it with a 3D slip, and you could still find a used copy. I found two of these with the slip, and they were I think $5. I cannot remember prices. I'm not good with prices anymore. I just forget them. But it's really cool to have this. I really still enjoy first Avengers movie. Granted, I have not seen it in a while. I haven't really seen it because, the whole Joss Whedon thing, especially after how Joss Whedon screwed up Zack Snyder's original vision of Justice League, how Warner Brothers and Joss Whedon screwed over Zack Snyder. But yeah, the original 3D release. So yeah, I've also been getting recently, the thing with I said about digital codes is I've been getting recently into putting up my movies anywhere count. Now I'm at 61 movies. I just need 8 more to get to 69. And then I got Ant-Man 3D. Another, I don't know if this is hard to find. I think it's easy to find if you have Disney Movie Club. But, yeah, Ant-Man in 3D. I did actually have this on Blu-ray for a while. But like an idiot, I played the movie so many times that I ended up glitching. That the disc ended up glitching. But it's nice to have that. I kind of just, yeah, I don't know what it is with these weird 3D covers. I guess I'll collect a practically dead format in the OS if it's like, yeah, it's dead, but I'll support physical media any chance I get. And the next one, this is one of the newer ones I got this year, one of the rare new ones I get, and they got here Black Widow, which I actually did enjoy this film. I wouldn't put it in my top 5 MCU. I'd put it around the top 10. I still have not seen Shang-Chi yet, but I have heard good things about it. I'm actually excited for Eternals, although I've been hearing mixed things about it, which makes me more excited. And this one was a gold mine. I went to a Barnes & Noble one night with my friend, and when I saw this, I was like, yes, I just needed it. It's the Marvel Knights Black Widow Complete Collection. I don't read much comic books, but this one I read in anticipation for the movie because this was, I think, this includes the storyline where Yelena Belova was first introduced. So this is actually one of my all-time favorite comics. I love this one. Yeah, the stories are pretty good. They're complex, but they're pretty good. So I think you got here the Itsy Bitsy Spider, which was Marvel Knights, Breakdown Marvel Knights, and Pale Little Spider, which was actually Marvel Max. They even tell us this here, not for kids. Just as a fun fact, let me show you the cover here. I gotta find it. Where is it? If I ever find it. Here it is. Pale Little Spider. Like, this was what one of the original covers was like. Like, that looks a lot like Pamela Anderson. I'm not making this up. This looks like it. So, yeah. This is really cool to find this at Barnes & Noble. I think it was on clearance. Once again, I can't remember, but hey. I got two good finds in the month of October, so that should make up for something good. I do actually like to reread some of these every once, so I'll probably reread it every once in a while. Um, oh, I had some of these in the wrong order. So, all right, one of these I did end up finding. So this is interesting. One time I went to a yard sale and I found what is essentially a real dead format. Is HD DVD. For the first time, I actually own one of these, but this is in the combo format, so it's like it's a flip disc. The kind of stuff I do not like, but it's the Bourne Ultimatum, obviously the best one in the series in my opinion. I think it's everyone's favorite. So that's awesome, and yeah, I found these at a garage sale. I think I bought a bunch, but this is the one. I can't remember where I put them, but I do remember finding this. I put a lot of stuff in an attic or somewhere. I can't remember, but yep, that's Bourne Ultimatum. And yeah, I got right here the Bourne Legacy in 4K. I love this little holographic slip. It's actually very mirror-esque. When you take it off, I think this is Chicago, because like there's a part of the movie that Aaron Cross goes to Chicago. I like the Bourne Legacy. It's not the I think it's my second favorite. I feel like it gets a bad rap a lot, which is sad because I thought the film was pretty good. My only complaint was like the way the film ended. It felt like there was still more they wanted to do, but given the fact that fans didn't want it, it was like, oh, we don't like this. We only like it with Matt Damon in it. Like Matt Damon's getting old. Even like in the last one he did, I did not like that one a lot because it's obvious that Matt Damon was just getting tired of the role. So I'm gonna just pause again and take a little break. Yeah. By the way, the reason I'm pausing is because I have to reorganize this stuff so I don't mix it up. Like I said, they're not all in alphabetical order, but it's like it's at a point where it's like, yeah, this is how I like it. This is how I like the collection. I bought enough movies to last me 6 months, so I think I'll just do this in like sixes. How many do I have left? Yeah, I'll do these like separate stuff in like separate orders here. This is gonna be long. So yeah. Um, So the next six movies I'm going to show you, the next one is going to be very interesting. So when it comes to, all right, I've already stated that I don't like to share my religious views or my personal life, my views on religion. I am an evangelist, but I don't like sharing that side. I will be honest, I am not a huge fan of Christian movies. I feel like, there's some that are like, okay, that was fine ish. What was that one? I Still Believe, which had KJF and Britt Robertson. That was pretty good. But most of the time, I think it's because like there's Pure Flix. Pure Flix, I think, is the worst in my opinion. They only made one decent movie, and it was with Kevin Sorbo and Debbie Ryan, and I remember John Ratzenberger was in it. So yeah, I think it was called What If, which was essentially The Family Man, It's a Wonderful Life. It was the only good movie they made, and a lot of their stuff consists of like God's Not Dead, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're just gonna keep making those. But I would say Breakthrough is one of the better ones. Yes, this one actually did have a 4K release. This is actually the first movie that Disney released after they did the merger with Fox, and there was only one trailer for it. And it's actually interesting that I think this is directed by Roxanne Dawson, who was I think on Star Trek Voyager. It's interesting. It's actually weird. It's like this is a film that does not, I don't think, needs a 4K release, but it's like it has a 4K release, and I'm all for that higher resolution. So yeah, I did actually enjoy this though. This I would say is one of the better Christian movies in existence. It looks better than most. And now the next movie, some people are gonna look at me and think, "Am I crazy?" And yeah, maybe I am, but it's like that spur of the moment thing. Like, yeah. So Dark Phoenix. Um, Alright, so I will admit, I have seen this film 3 times, and I will say it is not the worst X-Men movie in my opinion. It's not the worst like everyone kept saying. I like it far better than I definitely enjoy it over X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I definitely like for me the worst ones, the ones I just do not like. I just watched once and did not care for were X-Men: The Last Stand and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Those were the bad ones in my opinion. this is just okay. I feel like the first act of this movie I really liked, but and the acting was pretty good. I think for given the actors material what they were given to work with, but as far as a conclusion to this like X-Men franchise, it was like eh. And I also saw New Mutants. I thought it was on par. Some people said it was better. Some people said it was worse. I thought it was like, they're both the same. I guess it's like the flip of the coin. You decide which is better, which is worse. But yeah, this is actually the 4K release, and I also bought it used, like Breakthrough and Born Legacy. I also remember I bought that one used, and the discs were good. There was a digital code slip, but the 4K disc it came in was damaged, and so I thankfully I had a spare case, and I just put in the disc. Let me just take out the inserts here. See, yeah, so I'm upset that I couldn't have an extra 4K case. I'll probably get one down the line, just not now. But yeah, X-Men Dark Phoenix, or just Dark Phoenix. I don't know why they do that. It was a weird thing. I remember X2 did the exact same thing, where it was called X2, and when they released it on home media, they called it X2 X-Men United. It was the same thing they did with Raiders of the Lost Ark. After, when I think they did Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, they just changed it to Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, although we know that's not the actual name of the movie. It's this weird thing. I think on the Blu-ray it's called X-Men Dark. I don't know why it's called X-Men Dark Phoenix, because it came out as Dark Phoenix. But I think it's for marketing purposes. I don't understand. This is so weird. Alright. Alright, and so the next two here are also new ones. Like Black Widow and these next two were the only new titles I got. So yeah, here it is. F9, the Fast Saga, 4K. So when it comes to the Fast and Furious films, I will admit these are just films that you can just turn off your brain and have fun. This film was so ridiculous, and yet I enjoyed it. I would say it felt like a bit of a step back, in my opinion, or a mile behind, but I liked it just fine enough. I don't know if I like this better than. I like this better than the second one, but I don't know what I think I like this better than. I don't know. I will admit, though, that like I feel like the franchise should have ended at 7. Because that ending, that emotional, ending tribute to Paul Walker. So yeah. Yeah, family. And John Cena was in these movies, we just couldn't see him. The next one was another film, one of my favorite films of the year, and one that yeah, you already saw it. It's Free Guy on 4K. So I really did enjoy this film. I've seen it twice. It is hilarious. I think personally it might be Ryan Reynolds' best film. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like that Ready Player One movie where it's like, although Ready Player One is kind of like very on the nose about it. But yeah, the long story short, I did enjoy this film. I thought it was worth the wait. So yeah, I'd say check it out. Also, I've been noticing recently with Disney's newer releases, like for the normal Blu-ray cases, they just stopped with the slipcovers. They did that for a while, but then they just officially stopped. It was like, yeah, we're not wasting money on that. But for like the 4K ones, they will give you the slipcover. I actually bought this at Target, and I was debating should I get the exclusive, the Target exclusive, or just the normal one. But then I found out that the normal one is just this without the slip, and I'm a little anal retentive when it comes to slipcovers, which is very sad. So it was like, because I remember Target did this thing where they would give out digipacks and for their Disney films, and now they stopped doing them, and that was like, but I think they are going to go back to doing them. I don't know for sure. I hope so. So yeah, Black Widow, F9, and Free Guy, the only new films that I actually bought. I actually knew they came out this year. So this, I mean, not a lot of movies came out last year anyway, so little do I know. So this is a very interesting find here. Night at the Museum, the 2-disc special edition on. This did come with a slipcover, but since I found this film at a garage sale, and the whole state of COVID kind of just turned me into a whole germaphobe. So it was like I just kind of took the lenticular card and I I think I glued it on here. I think I might. Well, no, I just put tape on it, but I think I'm gonna put some type of glue on this just to keep it on. But this is a pretty cool slip. You see here all the characters and that, and it's funny. Aside from Movies Anywhere, this is the only way you can get all the special features because there was a weird phase when Fox did Blu-rays and they just did not put all the special features on them, which was very stupid in my opinion. But yeah, I do enjoy the Night Museum films. I enjoyed the first two. I even liked the third one, although I thought the third one was kind of weird. But yeah, that's the 2 disc special edition Night Museum. I still buy DVDs. They're just dream coasters, essentially. Now, this one is one I was really excited to find. So, I went on a town-wide garage sale thing in West Long Branch in New Jersey. I'm from Jersey, so West Long Branch. And I was going to garage sales around, and there were barely no garage sales. Compared to last year, which had a lot of them. And this year was like, yeah, it was pretty bad. But, I remembered finding this, and I thought, it's a win. I found a win. So right here I got Peter Pan, and I checked it is the widescreen, because when it comes to these DVDs, I always have to make sure, is it widescreen or full screen? Because I was like, there's actually one movie I almost bought, it was full screen. I was like, oh, no, 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 I gotta go back. Okay, good. So yeah, widescreen Peter Pan DVD. This is the 2003 movie, which is, of course, a film I remember seeing a lot as a kid. This film was so great. It's sad that it did not make much money at the box office. I guess because it wasn't as popular, and the marketing was didn't do the film justice. But this was such a good film, honestly, and it is probably I think the most faithful to the story. Although they did cut out the original ending, which why the original ending was so good. This one was so fun. I mean, also my friend, I have a friend, and she always watches this movie. It's like, I think the actor's name is Jeremy Sumpter, yeah, who plays Peter Pan. So yeah, Peter Pan's always one of my favorite stories. I remember the original Disney film. I own a Hook in 4K. This film I remember. I also enjoyed Finding Neverland. So yeah, I think this is the original DVD release. Also, it did not come with a scratch. I think there's still some scratches, but it works. But it was that spur of the moment where I just needed a win desperately after going to so many garage sales, not finding anything. And of course, these DVDs just cost a simple buck. So that was awesome. I got to put these away now, and we'll get to the next batch in 3, 2, 1. All right, now on to the next batch where I'll just show 4 of these movies. And yeah, actually, there's something here. There's got a lot of tape for these things. It's weird how tape doesn't stick on no matter how hard you try to make it stick on to something. I've had that several problems before. That same problem before. So, yep. Alright, so, show you some of these next films, and here it is. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which now I just realized, and here's the thing, I love physical media, but I've got to stop buying so much with all the prices going up with the dollar, especially on gas prices and clothes prices. Like, I can't even find decent clothes anymore, which is sad. So it's like, ugh. But yeah, I found out there's probably going to be a 4K release of this at the end of the year, and now I feel completely stupid. I'm still glad I own this. Of course, I love the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Did not care for the last 2. And for me, like, the first 3 were perfect. They should have ended it at 3, but 3 had that sequel cliffhanger that I thought was unnecessary, even though I enjoy 3 over 2. I have 1 somewhere here, but I'm not going to show that. This is only focusing on new stuff that I got. But this is the original 2-disc release right there, and it does come with this cover art that I'm not going to take out because it's always a pain in the ass to, like, put stuff like that. So, yeah. Now, the next film I'm going to show you here, you are all going to hit the down votes. But it's a guilty pleasure film for me. I actually thought this film was hilarious, and that is Rough Night with Scarlett Johansson, Kate McKinnon, Jillian Bell, Ilana Glazer, and Zoe Kravitz. This film, I remember seeing it. I actually thought it was pretty funny. The trailers where I saw there was like, it kind of looked like the typical hard R comedy I've seen, but it was a pretty funny film. I thought. where it was like, the bachelorette party, they hire a stripper, accidentally kill the stripper. I thought it was pretty funny. And this film legit made me laugh. Like, Kate McKinnon was funny in this. Everyone was funny in this film. Like, there was one scene in the film with, the couple next door played by Demi Moore and Ty Burrell, which was, and Zoe Kravitz, which is funny. If you've seen this film, you probably know which scene I'm talking about, and that was probably the only scene everyone liked, but I did not think this film was half bad. This film was pretty good. It's also from the creators of Broad City, Lucia Aniello and Paul Downs. So yeah, I actually thought this film was pretty funny. So yeah, and it does have a 4K release, surprisingly. That was used, by the way. And next two are 4K titles I got used in. Are they the last? Yeah, the last of the 4Ks. So yeah, don't ask me why. Damn, I just realized I gotta glue this. Sing. Sing. Thank God I didn't damage this. So, yeah, I found this used. $5, can't remember. I remember going to see this in theater with my brother. And when it comes to Illumination movies, there's only three. Like, the first two Despicable Me movies I liked, but then there was Hop and Lorax. And with Despicable Me, right when they made Minions, they immediately shot themselves in the foot. And when I saw when I saw clips of Despicable Me 3 and I heard it was mediocre, I was like, well, so much for any potential in that franchise being good anymore. And now there's going to be a Minions 2, which completely unnecessary. If the first one isn't good, why? But yeah, Sing, I did purchase this, and this is the probably my favorite Illumination Way. I guess because it's directed by Garth Jennings, who directed Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the movie, which not everyone likes, but I do. I think it is actually pretty faithful to the book, considering the source material. It's pretty unadapted. It's not really a filmable adaptation. But I really did enjoy Sing. I saw this with my brother in theaters. He enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm actually really excited for the sequel film. That's another thing. I actually remember when they announced the sequel, I was like, should there be a sequel? Should there not? But I'm actually excited for a sequel. It's weird for me to say I'm excited for an Illumination sequel. Sequel to a movie from Illumination, which, again, is weird, but what are you going to do? The next one is a film I actually kind of liked, even though I will admit it is pretty much like Die. Oh, thank God, nothing fell. It's Skyscraper in 4K, which I found used, but it was actually still brand new. Sometimes with FYE and Suncoast, it has the used sticker, but that always depends because it'll still be brand new. Like, they'll still be in shrink wrap, like factory sealed, as Cinema Sickness calls it. But yeah, Skyscraper is a film I remember seeing this initially when I first saw it. I thought, yeah, it's a fine movie. I think The Rock's done better films, but I think the more I saw it a few more times, and it kind of grew on me. It's a fun movie. I wish is it too much like Die Hard? Yes, but every movie these days was like the '90s was just full of movies where everything was Die Hard X. Essentially Speed, which was directed by the cinematographer of Die Hard, Jan de Bont. It was Die Hard on a bus. There was Die Hard on a boat. There was Die Hard on a plane. There was Die Hard on anything. So it's like, yeah, it's nothing we haven't seen before. As long as it entertains me, that's fine. As long as I was entertained, that's all that matters. I know the Flick Pick, if he ever sees this haul, he's going to be mad at me with all the selections I have. And, although he doesn't know me. I got 5 more films here. Gonna pause, put some of these back where they belong. Oh boy, this is pretty long. Only 5 more movies, yet I talk about them for like hours. Hours. Let me put them all up here. So the next 2 films are going to be interesting because these films are actually films I didn't purchase, I just won them. And they are Disney titles. I've actually been getting into that Disney Movie Club, Disney Movie Insiders thing. Here it is. I have Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Wish I had the 4K, but I actually won this, so it's like, hey, more money saved for my wallet. And I really do enjoy Rogue One. I think it is my third favorite Star Wars film. Because I'm in the minority who still enjoys Rogue One. Don't judge me. And yeah. And actually, interesting thing is, let me just take out the inserts. Flip. I don't do this, but there was also this thing. My aunt won a few things, got a few things, and I also had this Star Wars Force Awakens bonus disc. I just since this was like stack on top thing, which is a weird thing. Honestly, it's like, hey, it's fine. It leaves space. I also had this Hot Topic coupon that just expired yesterday, but I do enjoy Rogue One. Like when they did Force Awakens and Rogue One, I remember, wow, I'm so excited for this new joint Star Wars, and then they did Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. You all saw how that turned out. Not pretty good. Speaking of Last Jedi, yeah, I know you're all angry at me. Believe me, I do not enjoy this film. Like I only saw it twice. Like the first time I saw it, I liked it, but the more I thought about it, and because we had a far better film in Avengers: Infinity War, the more I saw the flaws with it. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a very beautiful looking film. This film has gorgeous cinematography. Cinematically, it is beautiful, but there are so much problems with the plot holes. Sometimes, and like the rules and all that, and yeah. But I got it for free, so that's all that matters. Actually, another case where someone said, "Hey, I got all these Disney movies. You want some of these?" And this is the only one that was still brand new. This is actually I think this is the Disney Movie Club exclusive, which comes with the DVD in it too. So it comes in that stack the case thing, obviously. So you got the discs stacked on top of each other. I think the DVD disc is somewhere here. Who knows? I wish I had the 4K version, but who knows? Maybe I'll get the 4K version and put it in here in a 4K case. And I also do want to say one thing. I really do not like this type of spine here for Disney. This I don't mind with the Movies Anywhere thing, but I do not like this sort of spine here, by the way. Like, these were totally fine, but, I think the 4K, the people complained about the way Disney does their 4Ks, but I kind of like it like this with the gold on it, kind of like that. It's better than like just the thing like that. I kind of like it this way. Let me just put that back where I found it. Oh god, there we go. And then the next one I bought. It's a film that I found. I thought, it's a film I don't like, but it's like, hey, I just bought it as a joke anyway. So I got Stealth. I will say I do not like this film. It tries to be something new, but it ends up ripping off Top Gun and 2001: A Space Odyssey. The effects were good though, I will say. Also, weird thing I've noticed is that the way the billing is here, like Josh Lucas, Jessica Biel, Jamie Foxx, but here it's Jessica Biel, Jamie Foxx, and Josh Lucas. So I think that's weird. This also is the 2-disc, which I did not know was a 2-disc edition. So guess that's why I bought it. But yeah, and there's also the thing where when I bought this, I almost bought the full screen version accidentally, so I had to rush back and see where it was. And I was like, okay, widescreen, I got it. So yeah, Stealth. Not a great movie, but it's got good effects. I'll use it as a film I'll probably watch in the background. The next one is another one which I actually got from my aunt as a gift, and that is Tomorrowland. Now, hear me out. I actually did enjoy Tomorrowland up until the third act. I felt like the third act, it's kind of like they mixed up the messages that they were trying to do. Like, the imagination, like, what they were doing was a pretty original concept, and I really liked what they were going with. But it was like, I don't know. But I do enjoy Tomorrowland. I thought it was a pretty good film. It was a fun and imaginative film. I just think the third act is where they really kind of just it suffered from Damon Lindelof-itis. I really do hope Brad Bird gets to direct another live-action film, though, because I feel like he got so much hate for Tomorrowland that it was like, yeah. And the next one, and the last one here, people will still get angry at me, but it's a film I actually enjoy, and The Legend of Zorro. This is another film. Sorry, I have this thing weekly scan where it was used, but it still had the security sticker thing. When you bought the remember, kids, back then we used to use DVDs, and they came in with stickers where you had to just take it all off, and it was so irritating because some of that stuff still sticks on. And yeah, I enjoy Legend of Zorro. Clearly, Mask of Zorro is the superior film, but I did watch this film a lot as a kid. Also the fact that it was because I grew up in a Christian household. I was only allowed to watch PG-rated movies, and this film was probably more violent than the first one. It was rated PG, and it got away with so much that would not pass for PG. But I think it's still a fun film. Isn't it's not as good as the first one? It's still a fun film. So yeah, that is. So let me just pause and show you the current state of my movie collection. So yeah, this is the current state of my collection, updated for 2021, October of 2021. Oh god, you can see there are some different titles mixed in here. Actually, good. I could use this for weightlifting. I need to do some weightlifting. I ate so much this month that I gotta do some weight. Also, I'm sitting on a very uncomfortable stool right now, so let me just. I'll put this back later. So yeah, I have a physical media problem. My mom tells me that a lot. I do buy too much of this stuff, but it's something I love. Sadly, I don't have too much money for it, but hopefully next year I'll calm down on it, which is a total lie, but I will try my best. I can't promise I will try my best, but yeah, this is the haul for actually mixed in with some of the old stuff. Let's see if I can get some of them out. So let me just see if I. Yeah, this is going to be my longest video ever. You'll probably only see this by Wednesday, no doubt. Wow, I got so much new stuff. So, let's see, font. Free guy. Okay, good. It's good right there. That. Still fixing this. Oh god. See, this is. I'm not saying physical media is not a disease. It's a good thing. It's good to support physical media. Because one day these things will never be around, which will be sad. So this is showing off what are the new things I got out of So what's out? What's facing like this is the new stuff. Oh god. All right. Well, I got to put this back, and I am probably gonna take a nap because this stuff is tiring. And my ass hurts. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought. What did you get over the month? What do you plan on getting this month now that it's Black Friday? Oh, rest in peace to your wallets. Also, the best thing, actually, I forgot to mention. My aunt got me a Nikon camera as a gift. So let me show that off. Because I've always wanted a Nikon camera, and now I finally own one, which is nice. And it's also nice that I don't have to spend $1,000, $500 on this. So yeah, I got a Nikon D500 to end the video off. Yeah. Right. I forgot the lens isn't on. I don't even use the camera much, but I do occasionally take pictures with it. See, I can see you guys. Yeah, I'm very wide now I think about it. Yeah, objects are closer than they appear. Yeah, focus. I still actually gotta find the cable to connect it here. I think it's in here somewhere, but yeah. I also got me a camera too, so that's nice. Yeah. A Nikkor 1855mm and a wide angle and a telephoto 55 200mm. Although, actually, weirdly enough, I use the the wide angle the most because the telephoto is really just for far away stuff. Like, look, really just for far away. This is what the wide angle stretches out to. Making a video showing off my job. Yeah. The art. The artist. I can even see like little. I don't think I can see bokeh. Oh, right. I have the lens cap on this thing. Yeah. Sort of. Sort of not. Yeah. Alright. I gotta end the video now. Bye, everybody.